Welcome to TimSold Talks. Join us as we dive into all things real estate, talk about business, food, cars, and much more with industry experts. Dream it, believe it, achieve it. Welcome back to another episode of TimSold Talks. Super excited to have Clement here. He's the food content creator.
Yes.
He's known as Insta Noodles. Thank you very much. Very honored to have you join us on our small little podcast here today.
I am very happy to be here and excited to be here. There's so much food too.
Yeah. Speaking of food, so a big shout out to our sponsor for this, Banh Mi House. You see this wonderful spread that they've given us for this episode here. They just wanted to let you know that they are a very affordable food option for families out there in the Markham community. They're based in Woodbine and 16, just around the corner. But please, let's give it a try. What would you like to try first, Clement?
Yeah. Apparently everything is $10 and under.
$10 and under a dish. You might have to go drop them a visit, and
I would love to.
Yeah. So what can we see here? We got
I actually
spring
don't.
rolls, or
This looks cool.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever tried it before. Is it an omelet or something? Yeah. Oh, it's kind of like a pancake or something.
Yeah. Maybe like those.
Okay, with egg in it.
Let's give it a try.
Definitely got some ASMR in this.
Yeah. I think it's like a Vietnamese style, like those Korean seafood pancakes, but I think this is like a Vietnamese omelet.
It does remind me of the Korean seafood pancake. But like I guess there's more egg in it or something. It's crispy on the edges. You got some shrimp in there. It was good.
Well, I can see the banh mi, so the Vietnamese subs.
Oh yeah.
You got some
I like that.
Vietnamamese sausages, some spring rolls,
Yeah.
some fresh rolls, and the crispy pork. I think you might.
We've eaten like half a box of crispy pork already. That stuff is amazing. Super crispy.
So crispy, right? So here, want a few more of those? Or?
I'll try a banh mi. I'll try the chicken.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want one as well?
Yeah,
Oh, that's the fish sauce.
the fish sauce.
They have
Okay, I'll
some.
get this one here.
Dude, okay, hold up. I need to try this with the fish sauce. I think that was like the missing
Missing key, yeah.
Let me try that.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
so
That's
good.
insane. That fish sauce just like amps up the flavor like 100%.
No pressure to any future sponsors, but
Yeah.
Banh Mi House has set the highest bar, I think.
They're the best. They gave a lot of food.
They came with platters and platters of food, and such good quality. Like,
I love the pickles or the pickled veggies.
give that little
yeah.
soury taste.
Yeah, it's a bit of acid, I guess, with that meat. I guess these types of meat are, I don't know if they're non-traditional or not, but usually, like it reminds me of Banh Mi Boys. They have like their own style of meat that they would like to put in there. Yeah,
I guess, it's like any type of restaurant. They got their own kind of like secret recipe or menu. Sorry to interrupt while you're mid-bite, but
yeah.
what do you think?
The food is fantastic. I think my favorite thing is still the crispy pork.
crispy pork, yes.
I'm gonna like probably try another one.
Yeah, take some more. It's for those that are just listening or just bite into the mic. See if you can get that the ASMR, the crispy
It's so
pork skin.
crispy. That is probably some of the best crispy pork I've ever had in Toronto, maybe in Canada. Yeah, it's good.
High praise from the food critic himself. So, speaking of which, why don't you tell us the story? How did you become a food content creator? How long has it been? And what's
So I've been a software developer for the past 14 years, and I just did it as a hobby. Like growing up, I watched a lot of YouTube, a lot of other food creators, and I really love what they do. I love food, but never got into doing my own YouTube videos. But when TikTok came, it only took 5 seconds to make a video.
Oh, okay.
So during the pandemic, I just started filming myself eating at home, and it kind of took off from there. Like I ate a lot of noodles at home. So then I started becoming known as the Ramen Guy because I ate a lot of noodles, and people started sending me ramen hacks to make, and I started making them, and then they started going viral, and that's the long story short.
Oh wow! So it's only been like a year or two, really, or
It's been 3 years now.
3 years. Okay, yeah, 3 years. So from going from like your software.
Sorry, I'm getting a little sway. I get nervous on podcasts, so
Well,
I'll get into
it's
it.
to get warm here.
I'll get into it. I'll get into it.
Talk about your how many followers do you have? How many platforms you're on? And what's the your subscriber base like?
So I started on TikTok because that's where short form videos became a thing. And then I'm on YouTube now and Instagram. But I'm about 3 million on TikTok.
Nice.
600 something thousand on Instagram and 800 something thousand on YouTube.
Oh wow! Okay, and you've kind of created this like I guess celebrity status for yourself. What's that like living in your shoes?
The interesting thing is like during the pandemic, you don't really realize it because you're just trapped in your house. So even though you're growing an audience, you don't see the impact of that. And now that I do more like I've completely kind of changed the mission of the channel. Like it used to be about a lot of ramen.
Yeah.
And now my hope is the goal is to shine a light on local mom and pop shops and support their businesses. And I love how Banh Mi House is here with affordable food. And they're also trying to support the community. This is awesome. So I do a lot of Toronto food. And so I guess more people in Toronto know about me because of that. So overall, it's good because I'm not like super famous. So not like I came here, no one said hi to me, no one knew who I was. But once in a while, someone would say hi, and I do really appreciate that because being a creator is kind of like you're on your own a lot, and just to get support from the community means a lot. I think, I appreciate it.
Oh no, I think what you're doing out there, the message and shining that light on the mom and pop, it's so important for the local small business community too, right? So, great job, and being a foodie, right? Like it's you're going there, you're trying out the different types of cuisines, and so do you get kind of what's the intrinsic reward for you for that? Like, apart from trying the great food, like what's rewarding for you?
Yeah. I mean, on the top of my mind is I used to take days off work. So I'm doing the content full time now, but I used to just take my vacation days just to make content and just to go out and enjoy food. So it is a big passion of mine, and that in itself is quite rewarding. But also, like, I'm a follower of Jesus, similar to you, and I really always try to connect what I do with my beliefs and my faith. So, like, the goal is to, like, shine a light on small mom and pop shops, but also like show the light that I think Jesus has and the good that he does for others. So it's about connecting to my faith as well.
Yeah. No, I think that's a very interesting journey because most people when they create something or they don't really put the faith in the business or their careers together, and where you're able to do this and combine the both of your passions together to do that. It's a great way of informing and showcasing that. So
that is the goal.
Kudos to you.
That is the goal, and I'm still on my own journey and trying to learn how to do it. But that is the North Star. The goal is to, be the light in the world.
No, that's amazing. Good stuff. And okay, so once you've become you said you left a corporate job to become this food influencer full time. What have been some of the biggest challenges for you? The obstacles you have to overcome?
I think good question. I think the biggest challenge for me was learning how to operate my own business or operate outside of being an employee. Because for 14 years I worked in tech. I'm not like a business owner or anything. I'm just an employee, and that was great. Like in a lot of ways, like I got paid every month, and I never had to worry about getting paid. And if I have an off month, it's okay too. Like you get paid for it. But if I'm doing my own thing, it's like, it's actually great in another way, which is I have total freedom and autonomy. But in other ways, like you have to figure out how to support yourself financially through your business. So that was one of the most challenging things to go through is developing the mental mindset of maybe an entrepreneur, which is very different from employee, I think. That was one of them.
Yeah, there's no more security as an entrepreneur. Right?
Yeah, there's like every month is different, and every month you need to figure out how to put food on table, I guess, right?
Yeah, especially if you're gonna eat it, right, for your content.
Yes, quite literally, I guess. Like figure out how, the content and
Yeah.
support myself and get food.
Okay, and so since you've ventured into that, I think a lot of the audiences don't really know what a content creator. How do they get paid? Like, how are you okay
Yeah.
to share some of that, or like what's?
Yeah, it took a long journey to figure it out myself, and I think Canadians, it's more challenging to be a content creator than let's say the U.S. There's more opportunities in the U.S., but in short, even in the U.S., there are probably four main ways.
Yeah.
One is things like YouTube, platforms that actually pay creators for views. So we get a cut of the ad revenue.
Okay.
Based on the number of views we produce on that platform. So that's like a significant way. The other significant way is paid partnerships. So that would be a brand that might want to feature themselves on your platform. So they pay for your audience. Like you produce a piece of content and feature their product.
Yeah.
And then the third way is affiliate links.
Okay.
So that would be like dropping a link somewhere, maybe in the description or your bio of your platform, and then you get like Amazon affiliate links, for example. So if you direct traffic to Amazon, then Amazon would give you like a percentage of the sales of those users.
Okay.
And the fourth is like where a lot of the biggest creators have achieved, but you kind of really need a team around you. So Mr. Beast is kind of like the North Star. He has Feastables now, and he's going to come out with many other products.
Yeah.
He had Mr. Beast burgers, which didn't go as well for him, but that becomes like rather than featuring other people's brands, you feature your own
brand.
product.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Create
that's
your
like
own.
that becomes a big opportunity, but I think you really do need a team around you
Yes.
to do that. Yeah.
You're no longer like a celebrity figure like that. It's no longer an individual content creator now. It's a team, a production house. Mr. Beast videos, he spends like millions and millions of dollars doing those, right?
Yeah, he's probably what a lot of creators would want to become, or not maybe him, but just an aspiration to get a little bit
that
close
level,
to him.
right?
Yeah.
And what about I see selling merch or like selling merchandise, or is that kind of the similar line as
That would be a part of it. Yeah. Selling merch would be kind of like selling your own brand or putting your brand on something and trying to sell it. But yeah, that's a lot of creators do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with the creators, like, you're such as yourself, like, how do you determine the content? What's your process? How do you decide what goes on and what doesn't go on?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think when I started out, it was, and it's still now, like, it's a lot about like, so TikTok is like masterful at what's relevant and what's trending. So like, I think Instagram lags behind. Like TikTok is at the forefront of culture, I think. So it's very important to watch TikTok or just like be an observer of, hey, what's trending. So that's one approach, is like think about what's trending and how you can apply that trend to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So like right now there's like a gnome. I don't know if you've seen this. There's like a gnome that walks around malls. It's like going viral. So like, I don't know, for your real estate company, you hire someone to be a gnome. And walk around houses.
Doing open
Gnome
houses.
that's like attacking, that would go viral. Guaranteed. If you did that,
We should try it. Yeah.
that would go viral immediately. I guarantee it. So that's one way. And then for me, like another way is like, what does your audience want? So they'll tell you in the comments.
Okay.
It's like, hey, I want you to try this ramen hack, or go to this restaurant, or I want you to meet this person, etc. And then the other way for me is like tying it back to the mission. So, I really want to support like local businesses. What are some local businesses, restaurants that might need support? And my audience also gives me suggestions there too.
Good.
And then lastly, it's like just allow my mind to wander is like another great way. It's just imagine like wild things and talking to my wife, talking to someone else.
Yeah.
Just bouncing ideas.
Yeah.
So those are just some ways to get ideas, I guess, of how to produce my content.
Got it. And as you're going through your career right now, it's still, I guess, in the starting up or middle, I guess, the infancy stages of your content creating
Yes.
career.
Yeah.
Do you have a team around you, or like, how are you going about doing everything?
I don't have like too big of a team. It's just my wife and I at the moment. If I had to like wave a wand and be I think I'm successful in my journey at the moment, but if I was like the success of whatever I think success is in the future of a content creator, there would be like I watched a podcast where they talked about their team. This person on YouTube who's a productivity he does productivity videos. So he has like a money team. So that team is just responsible for brand deals, brand partnerships coming in, and business opportunities. He has a content team, and they're just in charge of editing, actually producing ideas, pushing the content out onto multiple platforms. And then he has like a manager. So he has a manager that manages all the people in his team. And then I guess ideally he only talks to his manager. But practically that might not always happen. But so that would be a cool team to experiment with. I don't know if I'll get there, and I'm pretty happy with where I am right now, because I guess with every opportunity there's a loss. So I imagine like if you have a team under you, there's a pressure to just make sure everyone's supported or making money, right? So right now it's just me. Like it's just me and my wife, and we just support ourselves.
And is she a full-time creator with you, or was
she's part-time, so she has her own thing, and she's an actor.
Oh, nice.
So whenever she's free, she'll help me. So and then I do most of the work, I guess. But she does a lot of help too.
And for people to understand, so when you say work, what does that entail for you? Like, what steps are there in producing content?
So I don't have like a good process, to be very honest, but I would go and film the content. Like the very like short answer would be I have to film it, I have to edit it, and then I have to push it out onto the platforms.
No, that's a pretty good summary.
But I don't like have a content schedule or anything like that, which maybe I should, but I try to find fun opportunities that line up with like the goal of the platform. I try to film it. And actually, I often film too much, and I have to like, just take a break. Like that's where I'm at right now. I just have too much on my phone.
Okay.
And I edit everything. Everything happens on the phone.
On your phone. Oh, wow.
Everything. The filming, the editing,
the
uploading. And I think for short form, that's probably not a bad way, because you want to be doing everything from the lens of how a viewer would see your content. It's also on the phone.
Yeah. So it's all kind of ready formatted for that. Okay. Speaking about gear, any particular gear that you use, or you said your phone? Is that?
I have bought a lot of gear.
Yeah.
And I only use the phone. But I think I want to get more comfortable using the gear, because I often notice when I bring the gear, it kind of like changes my mental state. Like maybe I'm just self-conscious that now I have like this tripod here in this restaurant, and then I don't know, people are attracted to that,
or just kind of nosy and see what are you doing, or who's that, or like
so. For me to be comfortable, I just use a camera, and also it's very flexible. Like if I needed to capture a moment, I can set in, like quickly take the phone, put it somewhere else. I just try to find places to put the phone, and but I think, I'm just thinking about that. Like I'd like to have better audio. Like I have the equipment. I have like these DJI mics that are really good. So I'd like to learn how to, like I've used them for brand deals. So that's, I guess, the most high intensity moments, but I like to learn how to just use those more. But right now, maybe I'm just lazy. I just like don't like to carry it around. I don't like to clip it on, and it's not a lot of friction, but for me, it's like friction.
And I guess when we're filming too, you kind of lose a bit of the moment, right? Because like, okay, hold on, I just need to like clip on this, do that, and then film. It's like, then it's kind of not as genuine, I guess, the moment, right? So
it's something I'm thinking about, because I know like I want my quality to be better, but I don't want to sacrifice the emotion or the those opportunities to just capture the moment.
Yeah, the spontaneous moments, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So no, okay. And okay, so how about now that you've grown an audience, you said you sometimes get recognized. I guess you get recognized more than you give yourself credit for.
Yeah.
Have there
Sometimes.
been, yeah. Have there been any kind of unique interactions you can recall or want to share?
Yeah.
Or
Oh, probably a lot. I think the most memorable time is the very first time I ever got recognized.
yeah, what?
It's during the pandemic.
Okay.
Because in the pandemic, you have to wear a mask too. So I don't know how they recognized me. I was wearing a mask. And the only thing you do in the pandemic, really, in lockdown, is go to the grocery store
Yeah.
to buy groceries. So this was at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I think it was someone, I didn't know they wanted to talk to me, but they were standing right behind me.
Okay.
And so I thought I was in their way from getting the salads.
Yeah.
I was in the salad aisle. I don't know why I was in the salad aisle. Probably trying to stay healthy. So I just moved away, but then they, I think, started following me.
Oh.
So then finally, I think, I forgot exactly what happened because this was years ago, but I turned around and then I think they just like said, "Hey, I'm a big fan of your channel. I just wanted to say hi." And that was like one of the most memorable times because it was the first time it ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I realized, I guess it became reality that I do have people who watch my stuff.
Yeah.
Before it's just like numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. You
On
don't interact with them, right?
Digital on your phone. It doesn't, you don't know, I guess you don't know really the weight of it.
Yeah. And you can actually, you have an audience, they listen to what you say, and it could be a powerful platform, right?
It could be. It could be. Yes. It's a blessing.
Amazing. Any kind of creepy situations or?
Creepy situations. Yeah, my fans have all been like super kind and respectful. Oh yeah. So I wouldn't call it creepy, but one guy asked me for my number. It's like, oh, I really want to like share with you like some like restaurants. So can you give me your number or I'll give you my number. Let's start texting. And I was like, oh, let's just start with Instagram. I think. So that it wasn't creepy, but it was just like I couldn't go there quite yet.
No, yeah, because once you give out your personal details,
my personal number.
So. No, it's a safe security practice. So good job for doing that.
Yeah.
And I guess because we learn in the business ourselves because we we post all our details, our information, and you get a ton of spam, you get a lot of weird calls, you get a lot of so it's good to have a separation sometimes.
Yeah, you need to put your contacts out there to get leads, but not everybody is a legitimate lead.
That's true. Okay, so in your food journey so far, what kind of recipes and food kind of stick out in your mind right now?
Yeah, I started with like ramen hacks, which I stopped doing. But I mean, I'll do them here and there.
Yeah. What's the reason for? Can you share?
Yeah. There's a few reasons. Like, I guess just to stay healthy, I don't want to be eating ramen every day. Instant ramen specifically.
Yeah.
Still can eat like restaurant ramen.
Yeah.
Also, like with any person who's creative, you just want to like do creative things and maybe that's why you also started the podcast. Like it's a creative outlet. So I didn't want to just keep on doing ramen, even though I love ramen. And a third thing is like brandable content. If I just focus on just ramen, like there's only so many brands that can show up.
Yeah.
And then lastly, like I wanted to stay closer to like something that is more mission oriented rather than I want to go viral all the time.
Yeah.
And that's connected to my passion. And my passion is all types of food, like just enjoying all types of food.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the reasons for that. But like a cool, like my number one ramen recipe for myself that I could eat theoretically every day is like Nomshin Shin Ramyeon. I love that ramen.
Yeah.
And but drop an egg in at the 2-minute mark and turn the gas off or the electric power off, the heat off, and just like let the residual heat cook that egg, stir it in, and it becomes like a creamy but eggy broth, and then put a little bit of sesame oil. So I it's not my recipe. I think like my followers had suggested this to me, and it's still like probably one of my favorite ways to make ramen is that way. Very simple.
Yeah. I think I saw I don't know if it was yours or someone else's channel, but with coconut water with the Shin
Yeah,
ramen.
yeah, I did
Yeah?
that too. That
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
that one's very different.
Okay.
It because coconut water
It's sweet.
is sweet.
Yeah.
So I think the sweetness is supposed to kind of like balance the spice. So a lot of spicy things, like a lot of people put a little bit of sugar in it. Actually, like even here, like you got some sugar in the
Yeah. Fish sauce.
fish sauce.
Yeah.
I guess we don't have too much spice. We have some spicy oil here, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it creates a totally different flavor profile. Like it doesn't taste like nonshin anymore, actually,
yeah.
but in a good way.
In a good.
So it's like sweet and spicy and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Yeah, I love some of those tips that you were giving out. So through your journey, what's the one memorable collaboration or celebrity figure that you've kind of partnered up with during this time?
Yeah. Did a lot of creators, not too many like celebrities. I guess there's a lot, but one of the most recent ones is a TV chef person. His name's David Rocco, and he was like on National Geographic and Food Network, and so he actually did the job of like traveling around the world and trying new cuisines. He started like very humbly, just traveling in Italy, I think, and enjoying the food there.
Yeah.
He's Italian.
Okay.
So that was a really fun collaboration because
Yeah.
with everybody I collaborate with, I kind of learn from them. And so I got to learn from David Rocco, like observing him as we kind of like exchange cuisines. That was the theme. It's like I show him like ramen and then he shows me Italian cuisine, which was his restaurant.
Nice.
But it was cool. And his, I think his gelato, his pistachio gelato was like
die for.
mind opening. Mind opening is like, it opened my mind.
Yeah.
Because I never had gelato in that way, but he claims that is the way you would have it in Italy, which is like a very roasted pistachio flavor. It's roasted flavor. And I love that. I love roasted. I love smoky. I love those types of flavor profiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's unique. And how did you guys get hooked up to this? He
we
just
just
reached out to you and
Talked on Instagram. I think he messaged me and then I'm like,
Nice.
this is cool, and we did something. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
We might do like I don't know, I think maybe we'll cook together in the future. Who knows?
That'd be funny. Show him how to cook ramen, right? Or
He might show me how to cook Italian food, actually. But maybe it'll be another one of those things.
yeah. Amazing. Okay, so outside of food, what kind of other passions do you have?
It's like funny because like when I was working in software, I would just say like my passion would be food.
Just food.
But now I'm doing food full time. I didn't think about what my passion is outside of my passion.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to pick up pickleball soon.
Pickleball.
I don't know. Like I played it recently last week at a DoorDash like influencer event.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Like I definitely played it entirely like incorrectly, so I probably need to take some lessons. But
Yeah.
that would be fun.
Yeah. Create content around it, or you mean like just play?
I'll just
like...
play for fun, but could be a good idea to create content around everything I do.
Yeah.
Let me think. But that's one of the passions. And I mean I like watching a lot of TV. I know that's like everybody, but get into a lot of shows.
Yeah.
I read not tons of books, but I like reading books. And reading is fun for me. Like I think I try to do, like I have a gratitude journal, and then like it's like one of the questions is like, what would make this day great? And it's always like, do something creative, learn something new, and then like exercise or something. So those are my hobbies, I guess. Something to exercise, learning, and doing something creative.
Yeah. To help you relax, I guess, because you can't always be focused on work, right? Because that's it drains you, it burns you out, right? So yes.
And as a creative, like it's kind of like the opposite of maybe corporate life. Although corporate life, I think you do need to activate the creative side too. But I think a lot of intentional rest is important. Exercise, intentional rest, learning.
Yeah. No, we keep on improving.
Yeah.
can, before I kind of finish off, can you share one funny or quirky fact about yourself to your followers? What would you like them
Funny
to?
fact. Yeah. The funny fact used to be, or the quirky was the content all the time. Like
Yeah.
it surprised people.
Oh, that you were.
Like at my work, it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, what's one fun fact? So I need to think about that. Good question. Okay, I don't know if this is like yeah, this is a fact. I love most things fermented.
Most things
I love
fermented.
fermented foods
Okay.
like kimchi,
Kimchi, pickles.
pickles, aged steak.
Yeah.
I don't know, things that are aged that are the bonito flakes that you'd have on okonomiyaki.
Yeah.
But I've never been able to get into stinky tofu. That's the only thing and natto. That's the other one.
Yeah,
Natto and stinky tofu. Maybe
Yeah.
I need to try it again, but I know people love it.
Yeah.
I personally just haven't been able to get into it myself.
No, same. It's a unique smell and
Acquired
taste.
taste. Yeah, acquired taste. I think I'm getting a little bit into natto, but
Yeah.
still need to
Still need
cross
some.
a bridge of some sort.
Maybe it comes with age, because I think
Yeah.
as you age, your taste buds and kind of
It does, yeah.
change a little bit too, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hated ginger
yeah.
as a kid, but I love
yeah.
it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I never understood it. And for me, it was red vinegar, like
Right.
dipping with like dumplings. I could never do that in the past, but now it's like I have to have it with.
It's an adult.
Yeah.
Your taste evolves as you grow up.
Yeah. Just like life. So,
true.
no, thank you for sharing for that. I think you kind of answered this before, but like, what's the one type of food you could eat for the rest of your life?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, it was fried rice for sure.
Fried rice. Okay.
I love fried rice so much, and I didn't understand this, but I understand it now, I guess. Like when I go to a Chinese restaurant, like especially the fancy ones, I tell my parents order the fried rice, and they'll be like, "That's a waste of money because we'll make you fried rice at home. You should order things that
You can't make it.
you can't make at home." That was the thing. So fried rice definitely growing up. I think honestly, I know it sounds cliche, but noodles now.
Noodles?
Like, noodles,
Yeah.
not necessarily just like ramen, and definitely not instant ramen.
Yeah,
I don't think I can eat that
No.
all the time.
I don't think it's good for you.
But just like an array of different types of noodles, and definitely hand pulled noodles. I think
Like more soup based, right?
some soup based,
or
some like
fried, or-
more low mean or like
okay.
sauce based.
Sauce based, yeah.
Okay, especially the stuff with the wok hei,
okay.
like
You
gancao
feel that.
nohal.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I could beef rice noodles.
Yeah.
That would be like one of my. I could eat that.
Go-tos
Go
forever.
to, yeah, man. Like I love smoky flavors.
Yeah,
Smoky flavors are.
You
key
gotta
for
have
me.
that fire taste, like
Fire taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do too.
Very hard. Because most people can't do it at home because you don't have
can't.
enough fuel or fire
Yeah,
for it,
fuel,
right? Yeah. And the other one, it takes a lot of strength because my uncle used to own a restaurant, so like it takes a lot of forearm strength to like shift that like the big wok, right? So
then, what's your dish?
what's
Go-to
mine?
dish? Yeah.
It's more Korean. It's
okay, yeah.
like I love Korean food, and kamchaetang has always been my kind of
Yeah.
soup and rice and a bit of beef. Beef.
I think we're blessed to be in Toronto. I think
Yeah.
Toronto has some of the best Korean food. Like LA, Toronto,
Yeah.
of course, probably Korea. I've never been to Korea, but
Yeah.
Toronto has legit. Good food of a lot of different ethnicities, especially Korean food.
Yeah, I think very blessed to be here because the diversity of foods. You can go to like Danforth and get some like good Greek food, and like
course.
downtown all the good steak restaurants, and then Chinatown and Vietnamese and Korean, Japanese.
Yes.
Everything's all very authentic. So very blessed, and I think that's where your content really hits home because you have such a diverse range of restaurants to try out.
I can probably make content on Toronto for the rest of my life and still not finish. Like, of course, like there's so many restaurants.
Yeah. And that's just Toronto. Then you go into Markham and Richmond Hill, and now other, the East Side, and a lot of good food restaurants coming up. So
I've driven to some of the neighboring towns. Just to try the food there.
Just to eat food.
Yeah, and I think the unique thing, at least I found about the small towns, is just like it literally is the definition of a mom and pop shop. It's just a husband and wife. In a lot of these places, it's just two people and their kids just making the food. Yeah. So that's what's really special, I think, about the smaller towns.
Yeah, they're not diluted with the big chains and like
corporations.
And
maybe out of necessity, like there's just maybe not enough people in the food industry to hire, or they can't hire. I'm not sure, but it's very small.
Where was this? Where did you go for?
I really like Minji's in Midland.
Okay.
And so it's a husband and wife, Korean food.
Korean food?
Really good quality Korean food. And
right.
some of the stuff they've invented. Like they have this like pork belly, Brussels sprouts dish, and you dip it in a bean paste, like a
Miso bean paste?
miso bean paste. Yeah. Very, very addictive. Very addictive. It actually reminds me of, I mean, in some ways, the crispy pork belly. You get that flavor of the fat and the meat of the pork belly, and you combine it with the texture of the Brussels sprouts. So they make the Brussels sprouts also crispy and chewy. Like there's a bit of it that I think they like, I guess like air fry. I'm not sure what they do, but it's crispy.
It's so crispy
and a little bit chewy, and so the textures are just incredible. Reminds me of that because it's crispy and soft, right? Like that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I'll have to go check out. We can go into your channel and check out your reviews and
Minji's,
in
Midland.
Yeah.
I went to like a fusion. I don't know if they like that word, but like a combination of Mexican and Indian cuisine. So it's like it's called what's the tacos? Bollywood tacos.
Bollywood tacos
in Oshawa.
In Oshawa.
Also another husband and wife. You go in there. There's a husband and wife, and they've fused like two like really delicious cuisines into one.
Yeah.
Tacos and Indian
food
cuisine, butter chicken, lamb vindaloo. I think that was my favorite. Very spicy though.
Okay.
And then you get those like pickled veggies and like different toppings from Mexican cuisine. Different sauces. It's incredible.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to go there.
I'm going to go there too.
Yeah.
All right. Final question before we wrap up. It's what's the one feature you'd like to see in your dream house, or do you already have it?
Oh, in my dream house?
In your dream house.
Yeah. This is a good question. Like that comes into mind, which is impossible maybe for my house. Is to like redesign my kitchen so that the cooking appliance is in the middle or somewhere, like because then like I can put my gear anywhere. I'm imagining like an island,
your own studio,
and then you have like your stove in the middle of this island. So then you can put your camera gear
all around,
anywhere, all around. Right now, most, I think, including actually, I still film with my stovetop, but most cooking content creators, food creators that cook at home, they would use a portable stovetop because they want to bring, I think they want to bring the cooking element to where their light is. And it's impossible to put light behind, not impossible, but hard to put light behind, like if you have a wall. Behind your stove, right? So a lot of most cooking home cooks, they will have a portable stovetop. But I saw one creator, very famous. They just remodeled their home, or they have a new home, and they've created like this dedicated like island with their cooking in the middle, with a range hood too and everything. It's all in the middle. I'm like, yo, this is cool.
I think I have a few listings I can send you for sure.
Oh yeah, I don't think I can afford it. Can you give me like a 98% discount?
TimSold discount.
You have to sell my home first.
Yeah,
my current home.
Done. Okay,
Win-win.
We'll talk the contract with that first. All right. So thank you very much. That wraps up this week's episode of TimSold Talks. Thank you very much for Clement for coming in and explaining, detailing your food content creator journey. Amazing success that you've achieved so far, and wish you even more going forward. Where can our friends find you?
The handle's insta.noodles without the E, but you could Google Clement Ramen Guy, and I'll probably pop up as well.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure he's on all the social channels, and just in case we can't find it, we'll put them in our links and descriptions below. So if you enjoyed today's episodes, please give us a thumbs up, like and 5-star review, and follow Clement and his channel and his food content journey as well. Remember, guys, dream it, believe it, achieve it. It's a beautiful day to sell homes. Thank you very much for listening. Hi, I'm Tim Kearn. and I proudly lead the TimSold team. We're voted as one of the top 3 brokerages in Markham, and we will sell your house fast and for top dollar with the least amount of hassle, or we guarantee to buy it. Call us today and start packing.